All right, and here we go. We are live. Hello to everybody that's in the chat so far. We've got OC Stacker and Semper so far, and we have got 3D Woodworks working with us this evening. How you doing, 3D?
I'm doing pretty good, MSJ. Howdy, everybody. I'm glad to be here, part of the live stream, and um, see what you want to talk about or what's on everybody's mind. I brought some of things I've been working on, the coin rings um, and some of the numismatic coins that I use to do it.
Oh, that's fantastic. Is that what you primarily like to focus on? Is coin rings and stuff?
I do a lot of different things. I don't just do coin rings. I have my own tree service. That's where the 3D Woodworks came from. And I have been uh, I've been into doing handicraft type stuff, and everybody always calls me Mr. Fix It because when I see something that needs to be done, I just get it done.
I got to get you over to my house to fix some stuff.
Yeah, like even today we had I had a lady call me up just out of the blue. Someone ran over my rocks in my driveway. Can you come over and give me a hand?
Oh, that's terrific. So you got the neighborhood calling you.
Oh yeah, yep.
So what got you started into making the rings and such?
Well, I was going through some coins with my son, and that started me into coin collecting. And I ended up getting finding a silver dime in the coins, and
nice.
and whenever when we found that silver dime, my son said, "Dad, what is this? What's this one? It looks different. Is this a fake?" And I got to explain to him that it was silver, and that he was able to learn about the difference between, like, this is a modern day silver quarter, and the proof, and what clad was, the one. So it was something that he didn't know about before, and so we got into coin collecting because of that.
Oh, that's awesome. That's how I got started, actually.
Yeah, it was great. My that was probably back in, I'm going to say, June of this year that I started doing that, and since then we've gained a pretty good, or I guess acquired a pretty good stack. I did most of my research on YouTube, so I was able to make acquaintances with a lot of people in the community. A lot of these poker chips I've gotten up there from folks in the community. Some of them are ones that I got from buying motorcycles or at work and stuff like that. But yeah, I seen a coin ring. To fast forward to the coin rings, I seen one at a local jewelry store and local coin shop, and I asked him. I said, "Hey, what's that ring you got over there?" It was one very similar to this, but it wouldn't fit my finger. This is a Walk-in Liberty coin ring that my son he made this one today.
Fantastic.
Yeah, he's doing pretty good. He's coming right along. This one still has to be finished. Still got some work to go, but I wanted one, and they wouldn't. They couldn't give me a place to go to find one. Someone brought it in on a trade, and so I just started doing research and started, acquiring different tools and stuff to be able to make these coin rings. And I've been through 3 different sets of dies, and I finally just went out and purchased the Jason's Works master set, and that's that's all these dies and tools and stuff, and then they have like videos that you can learn how to use their equipment and stuff that you can watch if you have any questions. And so I watched a lot of different channels online, and after doing that for a while, got confident enough. I seen Joe Durbin's stuff. He makes these bells, these coin ring bells, and
I've seen it
these are
before, yeah.
beautiful. You know, this is a three bell coin, three coin ring bell, and this one's really cool because it has a little spoon on top and the Liberty dime, and so I I just kind of said, all right, I'm going to do this, and before you know it, I was made one for I ended up making one for T-Bird because I was just like, man, this is pretty cool. I want to share what I'm doing with other people as my channel started growing. Um, and I was like, well, 50 subscribers, I might as well give away a 50-cent piece. And they my coin rings are they're they're getting a lot better. This was probably I think this was my second uh 50-cent piece that I built or that I did. And its form was a little rough, and I had to hammer it a lot because the dies that I had were not very good. This is
Okay.
this is the very first one that I did, and it was just straight hammered. That was out of a clad. This was a clad, copper quarter. And when I did that one, I was excited at that point. And you know, I've been through a lot of trials and errors. I got a whole pile of
Hey, that's
broken
how we
stuff,
learn.
you know, and that's it. That's how you learn. You have to go out and do something. You got to get your hands dirty. You got to break a few coins. You got to uh, dole a few dies, and um, sometimes like I don't have great customer service. I feel that's my opinion because I have such a busy schedule. It's hard for me to dedicate time just to making rings because
Yep.
I and work for the labor union, and I work out of Seattle, which is about 2.5 hours, 2 hours away from where I live. So that puts a kind of slows down my coin ring making, and it's more of a hobby that just is paying for itself, I guess, by me being able to save money by buying the coins and the currency to make rings, and if people do want to purchase them, I do sell them, or I do bartering as well. And
Oh, that's always
you
cool.
know, yeah, and it's been really fun to be able to do this.
Well, that sounds like it's going pretty well so far. And we've had a lot more folks show up. We've got 16 in chat now.
Oh wow.
Let's say hello to a few folks. Let's see. Jim has come in. Michael Stacking is here. Snake Bites here. Semper has come in. We have got the Curtis family and Austrian Stacker. Good old Nickel Stacker. It's always good to see him. Silver Stallion has popped in. Yes, sir. Peter J from good old Australia. York Snav, always good to see him in the chat. Check Stacker. Oh, it's starting to get crowded. Yeah. So 3D. So you're getting into this, you're starting to have fun with it, and you said you're getting your kids involved.
Oh yeah. Yeah, today I have a 13-year-old son, and last night he broke about five quarters, and he's trying to figure it out. And I just kind of sat back because I was editing a video, and by about noon today, he was able to make this quarter ring right here. This is a clad quarter, and that's kind of how I started. I started learning on clad quarters, and did a lot of clad quarters.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and my older son, that's the next one up, is he's 18, and he made this one today. Took a silver 50-cent piece, Walk in Liberty, and was able to make this in probably about he did this in about 45 minutes. He's pretty good. I think that he might be
It
better
looks
than me
great.
whenever he gets done, or as he's progressing. Like, he's progressing faster than I am.
We've got a
I guess
question
that
for you from
yeah,
OC Stacker. He
okay.
says, "What do you?" He says, "Question: What does 3D Woodworks like to barter for?" So you said some
Uh-huh.
you'll barter for some rings. So how do you do your
Yeah.
bartering?
So what I like to do is if somebody wants me to make them a ring, then let's say you wanted one made out of a half dollar, then you just send me three of the coin that you want to have made into a ring, and uh, I'll take one of those coins and turn it into a ring, and then that'll give me three more chances to, if I have a mistake, you know, gives me two more chances to make that ring. And if I don't have a mistake, then I'll be able to add one of I'll be able to put those coins in my stack. And that's a lot cheaper than, for instance, I normally charge three times the face value of the coin. So if you have a quarter, it would be three times the face, which is 25 cents. So that would be $75 for a quarter, 150 for half dollar, and 300 for a Morgan for a silver dollar, or a silver round. Like, I'm not going to make these Christmas ones into coins. They're just a cool pickup that I got this week, but this one here, I have plans on making the silver round, and so yeah, that's my form of barter.
So
Um,
you like to do a for barter? You do a 3 for 1.
yeah, 3 for 1. Yep,
Well,
and
that's
I
actually
think
not
that's
that bad.
no, it's really inexpensive way to get one, and it is it takes me about 2.5 hours to do a Morgan silver dollar. It's I've done one in about an hour and a half, but after you get done polishing it and everything, it takes about 2.5 hours. I just got done. I had the day off yesterday, and I was able to get the coin rings from my 100 subscriber giveaway out finally, and I felt really bad because it took so long. But I've been working so much that I haven't been able to get the time to do it and make the video. Um, and that's what took the time, was making a video and making them. It adds time to the process.
Absolutely.
And
Nickel Stacker wants to know what do you use most commonly to make a ring? You use the Morgan the most, or something different?
um, like I went to a craft fair this morning, and for this particular lady that puts some of my work out, um, she had me make 15 rings for her, 10 quarters, three half dollars, and two silver dollars. And she was uh down to 7 rings this weekend. And so she said, I need you to make some more. So it was it was pretty cool. I brought her some business cards from my tree service because I don't have any for my coin service, or for coin rings. But I I like to I like to do the dollars and the silver rounds. They're, to me, because maybe I have bigger fingers. I really enjoy the feeling of that. It's a
The
heavy
heavy,
ring.
the weight,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a heavy ring. Um, and with to each their own. If you want something you don't notice, like, it took me a while to get used to that. I can't really even get my knuckles together. But when it's not on, I notice it. And um I just grown accustomed to it.
When you get used to
So,
wearing it, yeah, you feel naked without
yeah,
it.
yeah. And one of the reasons I like the bigger coins, is because it's a little bit easier, you know. So the are quarters are kind of tough, especially the George Washington quarters. So the they have really thick areas in them. The head and the neck are really thick, and so they cause the coin to distort. This one here is one
Yep.
that I got a little distortion in that area, but this is one that's distorted really bad. So the smaller coins, they distort really easily, and it takes a little bit more time, and you got to go a little bit softer on them. You know, I don't know if you guys can see that how it's rippled.
It's kinda got a little bit
But
of a twist or a ripple in it.
yeah, yep. And the bigger coins don't do that, um, because they're I guess the metal is more even. Especially, I really like making coin rings out of the walking liberties because they don't have a if you can see the big forehead, they don't have that big chunk of metal on there that makes
Yeah.
that's what makes it tough on these guys. And the bell makes it tough as well. And it's almost like they designed that coin to be made into a ring. Uh,
If
but and
if
there's a
anybody in
lot of
chat has any questions, just make sure you put it in all caps, and we'll get him to answer your questions for you.
yeah, I've been
How long have you been at
go
this
ahead.
now?
I've been at this. That's what I was just gonna say. I've been doing this for just under 3 months, probably.
Oh, moving fast.
That's yeah, that's how long that I've been making them. Um, and I had a couple of guys show me some of their techniques and suggest these tools. And the guy at the one of the jewelry shops in Gig Harbor's a town nearby where I live. Um, he's like, man, I was wearing a ring in there, and he said, you ought to you ought to try setting stones in your rings. And
Yeah,
so
that'd be
he's
something different. You don't see that much in a coin ring.
yeah, and so I'm gonna give that a try. I'm gonna try to figure out how to do some of that more fine jewelry type stuff. And I've gotten I've been gearing up to spread, just not from doing coin rings, but also to do the bezels. So I want to be able to take like the center portions. These are the center portions
Oh, the
out of the
knockouts.
same coin. Yep. And so you can do all kinds of fun stuff with them. Like you can make them into earrings, and I want to be able to make bezels out of them. And I use this one as a stand sometimes for my rings. And whenever I'm displaying them, this here it'll pop in there, and then I'll be able to put the coin ring kind of floating on that guy. So it
Well,
fell
that's
apart
clever.
again. But yeah, there's a lot of different things, and different people have given me ideas on how to use the coins that have broke, like these guys here, how to still be able to use those and still make some jewelry out of them and stuff like that. And but some of the things that I'm going to be doing, um, I haven't never heard of anybody doing it, so I'm gonna hold off until I unveil what I'm doing.
There you go.
um, kind
Secret
of a
project.
Yeah, and I want to be able to debut it and then give those people credit for it. But yeah, it's this has been like it's been pretty fun. So I get a lot of byproduct, and all of all of the jewelry shops are always asking me, "What do you do with all the extra scraps?" And
Save it.
when are you gonna yeah, when you gonna bring me in some of your scraps? This is just about 4 ounces now of scraps. Um, I haven't weighed it in a little bit, but because it's all the twisty parts. So what you do when you make the coin ring,
That's
you have the
from the deburring, right?
yeah, the deburring tool. Um, you run this guy around the inside of the coin, and then that shaves off the rough lip. Like this one's already had it done. And the that has these little it's almost like a screw or like a drill shavings that come off of them. And even my it was really easy for me to teach my 13-year-old just by talking to him uh how to figure this out. um it is it's something that I enjoy watching him to do it and to learn and to see the excitement on his face whenever he gets it right. Um, this is a round that I did for one of my buddies from work. It's an Alaskan state prospector round. Um, it had the uh, hemp seed or hemp plant in there,
Yep, yep.
and I made a ring for him because he's got arthritis in his fingers, and he said, "No, I don't want a silver one. I want a copper one." And
Really?
so that was around the same time I made that ring for Pirate Stacker, um, and sent off to him. So I've been able to do a couple of the um, different types, and working with the copper was really interesting because um, it is it's hard until it's not hard, and then it's really soft. Um, that's the only way that I can really explain it. I had to anneal it to punch the hole through it, and maybe it just work hardened faster than the silver,
The
but
copper work hardens really fast. I learned that blacksmithing.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yep.
and I think that's what I'm trying to say is that it work hardens really fast, and so I was tempering it a lot in order to keep it malleable and workable.
And can you
Um,
explain what the point of doing that? What does that do to make
oh
things
yeah,
easier for you? I
I
understand. I just
use
want to make sure everybody in chat does.
yeah, so whenever I'm making one of these rings, I have a little propane torch. I'm not going to fire it off, but I got a propane torch that everybody is pretty much that pours is familiar with these. We use them to heat the molds and all that. To sometimes even with the whip dish, you can melt silver and copper.
Yep,
Copper
yep.
is really hard, but what it does is it softens the material of the coin, and it changes the molecular structure um, by heating it up and then quenching it in the water. It locks it in at that softness. And what I like to do is I don't see one around here. There's one. I got a I have a Sharpie, and whenever I'm gonna uh, anneal one of my pieces, I'll take the Sharpie and I'll make a line on it. And then I just heat it up until that line starts to disappear. And that's a
Oh, that's
good
clever.
temperature indicator. Um, you can also wait for the flame to kind of turn an orangish color. Um, oh, excuse me. You
That
can
keeps
wait
you
for the
from needing a heat gun. I mean, a temperature gauge.
yeah, then you don't need a temperature gauge. They make a special kind of pens that'll do that as well. But
Yep, yep.
that's why I have the little oven, or I call it an oven. Over here I have like a little annealing station. It's like a a kiln that sits on my work area. And that way I can, if I have one that's in question, I can take the tweezers and I hold them in these forceps and I stick it back into that little oven, and you can see it start to glow. You don't want it to be red hot. You want it to be just a slight orange glow, and that's how you know you got it up to temperature. And I'll show you what happens when you get it past temperature.
Makes it brittle.
Yeah, it makes it brittle. That's what happened to these ones right here. This one got overheated. It was a very nice coin, but it got overheated and then it cracked when I went to stretch it. So it's been a learning process. It wasn't easy. Um, there's a lot of different things that I've been learning along the way about um, different tools and different materials. Like I use coconut oil to lubricate the dies and to lubricate
Really?
my yeah, because it's a natural oil and it burns off cleanly
So it doesn't leave any
whenever.
residue.
Yeah, yep, yeah. And that way also with the coconut oil, um if you use, there's other products that are like Pepe's Lube and Burr Life that are really popular as well, and those items they cost a lot more. Yeah. So the
What made you decide to start having this available to the community as like a product?
um at first I was just giving them away as like I give away one to Pirate Stacker because I didn't have a poker chip and he sent me a poker chip and I was like, what am I gonna do? And I had so many people asking me, hey, that's really cool. How do I get one? And I had to figure it out. I had to figure out a pricing schedule that was similar to what other people in the community, or maybe not in our community, but in the coin ring making community, charge for coin rings. Because even though I'm new at the craft, um, I don't want to go out and undercut all of those guys who put a lot of work in, and um, I don't feel that that's right for them. I deal with the same thing in my tree service with guys coming out and undercutting our tree service that are, you know, 4 or 5 guys in a pickup truck with a chainsaw and that are not bonded, licensed, and insured. And that's a big thing that we deal with in the tree service industry. So my goal is to make this into a hobby that I can do in my retirement. And I'm going to be, I know a lot of people don't put this out there, but tomorrow is my birthday and I'm getting old, you know?
Well, happy birthday one day early.
Yeah. And, it's making me think about retirement and not doing the stressful work that I do at work, being a laborer.
There you go.
Because in my job, we carry, we don't carry 2x4s. We carry
Trees.
4x12s that are 8 feet long. That's what I'll probably carry about 130 of those to 150 a day whenever we're doing lagging as a type of retaining wall. And
Just
it's
handful.
not, yeah, it's hard work. And that's part of why I say dirty hands, clean money. It's because if you really want something, you can go out there and get your hands dirty and earn the skills and the knowledge that it takes to be successful. And that, I feel like it's proven by these coin rings.
It looks like everybody in the chat is wishing you a early birthday happiness.
All right, thanks. I don't know why I can't see the chat. I see this button here, but I'm like, do I push that? Am I going to lose the screen? uh,
I'm
I've
like I
never
said,
done
using it from
StreamYard.
the phone, I don't know how all
Yeah.
that works. I wouldn't be able to tell you how to scroll with that one.
Hmm. And
But
I'm in the same situation
go
with
ahead.
my, I'm in the same situation. I tried to fire up my computer, but um, my computer doesn't like me because I don't use it enough. So it's told me it's fixing my account for like the last 15 minutes.
Oh wow.
Uh, so I don't know. Um, I'll have to check it out off screen, and or when we're not doing the live stream, so that way I can focus.
So
The,
we've had some more folks come in as well. Silver and Gold Stack Attack, he has come in, and I know I saw a couple other folks come in. Larry Downing, 7 stacks. Hope everybody's doing okay. Um, but as I said before, if y'all have any questions for 3D, he just popped out. Hopefully he'll come back in just a minute. But if y'all have any questions for him, just leave it in the chat in large print or in all caps, and we'll get that question to him. And we'll have his email also going in the chat for everybody as well. Welcome back, man.
yeah, I tried that little chat button. It kicked me right
Didn't
out.
quite. That's all right. T-Bird,
So sorry about
my
that.
summer journey. Please tell 3D Woodworks I said hi and happy birthday. Big Logger. T-Bird is saying hello to you.
Yeah, thanks, T-Bird. I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody coming and stopping in and being a part of the live stream. I never thought I would be the guy behind the camera, during the live stream. I
Well,
was
I was
just a
just
guy
thinking
who
earlier before I got a hold of you, I was like, I'd like to have somebody pop up here with me tonight. And I was like, you don't see a lot of folks talking about the coin ring, so let's get you up here to talk about it. And you seemed happy to do it, so I'm having fun.
yeah. And so I feel like I've been doing all the talking. Did you have any good adventures this week? I know, did you get your car fixed? Get out there
No,
to
but
Mr. Warren?
the part is here. It's at the post office. I put in my PO box instead of my home address, so they delivered it to the PO box today. So I will pick up my part from the post office on Monday. I did go see Mr. Warren this morning, and I ended up going to Virginia Beach and running some errands for him. But I picked up 4 ounces of silver, and excuse me, I still got that cough. But yep, I picked up a 2 ounce, 1 ounce, and actually I also got a pretty heavy silver chain as well today.
Oh, cool.
I'm not going to wear it. It's a little on the small side, but hey, silver.
Yes, it is.
Um,
Yeah.
in the chat again, we got Bellows Forge is asking again, what's your favorite coin to use as a coin ring? He missed that earlier.
Oh, I like using the Walking Liberties and the Morgan dollars. Those are my favorites. They're easy to work with is why. And outside of that, silver rounds, because they're easy to work with. Um, yeah, and then if I go down from there, I like the newer. If I got to do quarters, the newer state quarters. Um, these are the proof quarters. These
Okay.
are nice. They're nice to work with as well, because they're the same size all the way through. They don't have um, the big features on the older quarters have with that big forehead on old George Washington or the big forehead on Abraham Lincoln. The
Oh yeah,
so
he
the
got a
older
big one too.
coin.
He got a big side head too.
Yeah, these were just huge features on these coins. And the newer coins, they leave huge details, but the newer coins are, there's nothing there. But it does, you still save the feature in the ring. The details stay in the ring. You get a lot less problems like broken rings. This is my that was my 13-year-old's first one that he tried. It just snapped like it was nothing.
Wow.
uh, you can feel them when you need to stop. You don't want to muscle it. You want to stop and then anneal them before you break them. And he didn't know that.
Learn the hard way.
Yeah, that's the best way to learn. You if you're it's kind of a cliche example, but um, look at Elon Musk and what he does with all of his stuff. He learns the hard way and does trial by fire or whatever. That's because it works. Because it works. Yeah. The something that I've been working on lately is I'm gonna have a poker chip coming out here in the next probably in the next week or so. So everybody that sent me a poker chip,
I
you're
was
gonna be
just
getting.
looking. Do you not have one of mine?
Um, yes, I do.
Okay.
I do have
Want to make sure
your
you have one.
membership one, and I kind of put everything up in a rush
Do
up
you have
here.
one of my channel chips or just my membership chip?
I only have the membership one. Yeah, I got the
Oh,
membership chip.
well, we're gonna have to send you a channel chip too.
Oh, right on. Yeah, I'd appreciate that. We'll put it up there with the rest of them. Yeah,
Yeah, cool.
um, I got, I think, two more poker chips that I did not find. Yours was one of them, and I didn't bring check stackers out. His is I didn't want to take his is a wooden poker chip, and I don't want to peel it off of that coaster
I
because
don't have
it
one from him.
no. Oh man, it's
I don't
pretty
think
cool.
so.
It's like he taped it onto a coaster, so it's like a wooden nickel, and
Now I've
he said,
seen his because when I watched his video with Yankee and he
mhm,
gave one to Yankee and one to Tim. But yeah,
yeah,
I haven't got one of his yet.
yeah. It was pretty cool, and he sent out a Texas proof quarter with it as well. So that was pretty awesome. Uh,
He's awesome. Check Stacker is freaking
oh
great.
yeah,
I mean, he's so supportive for the community. He's a really nice guy.
hmm and that you get. I guess going backwards a little bit to you're saying kind of what got me to where I was selling the coin rings. I never intended on selling them in the first place. Um,
Yep.
like I said, I just wanted to have fun with them, and that's why uh, I'm really open to bartering. And like I really like custom pours. I got a lot of the broke stackers pours. Um, I've been trying to get some Thule pours. I got some capital currency pours. Worked out a deal. Got got a couple of the broke stacker
That's cool.
round. Yeah, and different ones from him. And it's just something fun that I really like doing is collecting stuff that people make from their own hands instead
The
of
hand pours, yeah.
yeah, the hand pourers like even the bell from Joe Durbin. That guy's amazing. His auctions are cool, and he's got such a great attitude when he's up there doing his auctions. I just love to listen.
Larry Downing says that he's going to send you. I guess he's going to send you an email and let
Oh,
you
great.
know what he's sending you before
Uh-huh.
he actually sends it. I guess
Great.
to verify everything will work out okay. So keep an eye out
Yeah.
for that email.
Oh, right on. Yeah, I've had several emails over the last couple of weeks of people that are interested and I just tell them all the same thing. I tell them the dollar price and I tell them the barter price and I'm I'm not trying to get rich off of this. I'm just I'll be honest, I've invested a lot of money into all the tools and equipment
All the
that I've
equipment, yeah.
purchased to do this. Yeah. Um several different presses and ring stretchers and a couple different runs through the dies, different makers of dies. I've even I got all the silversmithing equipment like torches and um, I got a furnace and all those types of things. A roller that you roll the. So I'll be able to take the 90% silver and pour an ingot, and then run the ingot through the rolling mill, and
That
then
makes it long and thin.
yeah, it makes it long and thin, and then you can draw those long and thin wires through a draw plate, and then you can make you know make chain
Links and
or
stuff like that.
links. And yeah, but what I'm more after is I want to make bezels. That way I can put coins into bezels, or put the little chunk out of the center so I can offer the little tiny chunk that comes out, and put that with the coin that was sold, so that way you get the entire coin back, and not just the ring, but you'll have a necklace as well. And then if I'm able to set gemstones in there, like got some practice gemstones
Yeah,
for practicing with, and be able to set the gemstones
I'm gonna say, yeah.
inside the little piece that is on a necklace. I my mind is going wild. As Broke Stacker said, write this stuff down on paper. When you have ideas, write it down on paper. And I got a ton of different, a lot of support from everybody in the community, my local community and online, and I am really grateful for that.
I got an idea for you.
Uh huh.
Taking your leftover pieces and melting them down and doing a thin pour, and then make a ring out of the pour.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like pour
That's
your own round, and then knock
uh
the
huh.
hole in that, start the whole process over, and
Uh
then you
huh.
have a hand poured ring.
Yeah. So um wax, I don't know how that would that's a very good concept, and I've actually been looking on to getting a coin press, so it's like the you pour the round ingot,
Hmm.
and uh, and then after you pour the round ingot, it's not a big round, like it's not like a big round, they're small, it's like the size of uh I don't know, they're like a button, a pour. It's like a button pour. I didn't bring any buttons out here, but
Okay.
they're you put them into a mold or into a steel contraption that is very similar to this, and it has a rod that goes down in and just smashes the coin that you make into uh,
Gearheads is,
into
is
an
saying
actual
Obi.
coin.
Gearheads is saying Obi press. Is that correct?
Yeah, yes, that's correct. Yep.
There you go.
There are though you get a image on both sides, and then it smashes them together in the hydraulic press.
So you're striking
And
your own rounds.
yeah, striking you pour your round and then strike your own rounds. And I've been doing a little research on that as well. It's like you're reading my mind. uh, yeah, the part though that I haven't been I haven't been too or bought too much stuff in that direction yet, because it takes a lot of pressure in order to get the all of the coin to fuse at the same molecular structure. So you don't like so you're not pushing it out from the center out and getting um, soft spots. That's part
Okay.
of the reason that the coin rings do so well, is because um oh, because they're poured in a controlled environment, and even though they are, my human error can still break them. But if I pour my own rounds, I've done a couple of them, and I end up with this was just a little leftover piece. I tried hammering it square, and um, my ingot didn't come out too great. I got I got a couple of buttons that I poured, but they're not up here. Man,
Gearhead
but
says, he says, I know where you can find, I guess he's talking about the Obi press. He said he knows where you can find them kind of cheap. So
Uh-huh.
if you're looking for one, send an email over to Obi or to Gearheads, and maybe he can help you get one on the hookup.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely get a hold of him. Um, I will let's see. I got a computer over here. I'm gonna type his email into my search on my computer.
Let's see.
Or actually he'd probably have to email me because
I
I
just
can't
looked on
see the
his
chat.
channel, and yeah, his email's not in his channel, so he'll need to. Gearheads, if you can't, he said he'll send you an email. There we go.
Great, that would be awesome. That would be
Silver
awesome.
Science said he just subscribed to you, and he'll definitely want to talk with you about getting a ring in the future. That'd be cool.
Oh, thanks. And you know, I'm just another guy like all the rest of all of them out there. I'm just another guy, um, just trying to have a good time and spend some time with my kids and enjoy life and doing this. And if I can get my these rings out to other people in the community, that's awesome. I I know that they're going to appreciate them as much as I do. I never really wore rings in my life, and since I got this ring, I haven't taken it off. I
I was never a jewelry person until I got into silver, and now I've always usually now I wear this pinky ring a lot, but I've started wearing
Uh-huh.
rings for about the last 6 or 8 months. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, speaking of poured rings and using the leftover silver, I had a guy already ask me, "Hey, I want a 3 ounce, uh, I want a 3 ounce silver ring um, with a 1 gram uh, gold bar on the top of it. Can you pour that for me?"
Ooh,
I was thinking, is
tough.
that like a knuckle ring where you got 3 fingers through it? I'm still trying to stretch my head around that, how I would do that, because just a ring made out of a 1 ounce round is still pretty heavy to
Big.
imagine 3 times that weight. But
Tony's asking, just verifying. So the barter rate
mhm,
for is three silver $half for one ring. So it's basically
yeah,
it's for whatever coin you want it made out of. Send him three of those coins, and he'll send you back a ring made out of one of those coins.
yep. Even if it's a quarter, send me 3 quarters. If it's a Morgan dollar, send me 3 Morgan dollars, or if it's a silver round, send me 3 rounds. Um, I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to get rich off of it. I'm just trying to get it out there and give people something cool.
Well, like I told you, I definitely want to get one. So
Mhm.
yep. And there's a few folks in the community making rings, but not many folks talk about it much. So I just like to bring more
Yeah.
attention to.
Yep. And I don't, I haven't ran into a bunch of them. I know that Joe Durbin, he's one of them. He makes some coin rings, and he got started kind of
JT
the
coin
same.
rings.
And JT coin rings, yeah. And there's, I think the coin ring kid. I think that's what his name is. He's and there's 3 of them that are like really, really good, and I just can't bring it off the top of my head, uh, who they are. Um,
Well, it's an awesome art, that's for sure.
yeah, and I've found that there's lots of different aspects to it too, and there's the polished, you get the ones that are highly polished, and you get ones um, that are antiqued,
Antique finish.
and yeah, the antique finish, and so you got a highly polished finish, or you got an antique finish, and even
I like the antique finish myself.
you like the antique finish?
Yeah, it brings the detail of the coin out.
Uh-huh. All right. So I'm gonna join the folks here. I think that are in the chat because my computer just started.
Yeah, well, we're going to be closing out in about 10 more minutes.
Yeah.
Um, so when it comes to getting the finishes done,
Mhm.
how well do the finishes hold up? Like if you get an antique finish, does it start to polish from wearing it and the antiquing go away, or how does that hold up?
Um, all right, that's a very good question. So, the ones that I showed you there, this silver Morgan silver dollar was antique finished, and I wear gloves at work, and I wear that inside of my glove, and it wore off in about 3 days inside of my glove, but I work with sand
Wow,
and concrete and sawdust and stuff like
abrasive.
that. Very abrasive, yes. Um, I've tried several different techniques, uh, of applying the antique finish, and, uh, they all seem to eventually come off, and you end up with an antique a natural antiquing if you're not too abrasive on them, like you can see on the inside of this ring. You end up with a natural patina is the best way to
Okay.
explain it.
Yeah.
And I think that's far better than any unnatural finish that you can put on it. Just letting it naturally develop. But the there's a couple of different processes, and you can get different colors out of it. You can have ones that are like you can do it super dark, like I did this bicentennial. That was one that I kind of folded a little bit, had a problem with it stretching, and so I just keep it around. But I mean, this one here was pretty cool. It got you don't get the whole drummer on there, but the that's one I use for example of a dark um, antique finish. And some people want them super dark like that. And I even had one customer that wanted it purple. And I'm like, how do I
Really?
get this thing purple? Yeah.
Well, there's
And
different heating techniques and chemicals you can use to get specific colors.
yeah, exactly. And so I had to do a little bit of research, and I was able to do it with the heat range um of the liver of sulfur by
Yep,
heating
I've got
up
some of that stuff.
the
Yeah, that stuff stinks.
before I got it into the liver of sulfur bath, and um by heating it up and then applying it with a Q-tip and only letting it sit on there for a certain amount of time, then boom, I was able to get that purple finish that she wanted. But
Well, that's cool.
it yeah, it's the amount of time you leave that on the the antiquing agent.
Well, I got one more question for you.
Yeah.
How, when it comes to the detail that's left on the coin, because you got new coins, and then you have real slick coins.
Yep.
Um, when does it come to a point where they're just too slick to mess with?
Oh, I'll show you. Good question. Good question. So this one here is it's an older coin, an 88. I probably wouldn't use this to make a coin ring, but that's getting to where it's losing quite a bit of detail. And it's got some banged up stuff around the edges. That's one I wouldn't really use. This one is in the same boat. It's a 1884 and it's pretty slick. You can't feel any of the dental areas around the edge anymore. Um, what I look for is more like these guys here. So these are that's a 1989, but or an 1889, excuse me, but it's been polished. The
So it's
person who
lost its
had it before,
numismatic value because somebody polished it.
yeah, yep, lost its numismatic value because it's been highly polished. And the same as the rest of these guys. This is a 21, and this thing is like a mirror finish. I mean, isn't that
I can
beautiful?
see it. Yeah.
You can see yourself in there. Uh, but yeah, that's the thing that I look for is good, fine, raised up detail and print on there. Because you look at this. Sorry, getting all blinded there. But you look at the detail and the dental work and stuff, and that's what you want to have because that's what's gonna the United States of America and God we trust.
Now,
And
dental work, you mean that reading around the edge?
yeah, I think that this is, let me point at it here with the scratchy device. So this is the dental area, and then the
Right.
reeds are out here. So
Okay. Okay. So you're talking about the texture that's on the face of the coin around the rim.
yeah, yep, that stuff in here. I like to keep that. I like to see the coins with that, even though most of the time I'm going to lose that. Um, you get just a little bit of it left um, in there, but you see it. It's a feature of the coin, and
Yep.
if that is if that's missing, then that's a good sign that it's not going to really do that well. Kind of like this older one, it's missing. It's not gonna make a good
Now, does
coin
that
ring.
does that make it more prone to breaking or anything if it's too slick?
You just don't have a lot of detail.
So it's just about the
It's
detail.
not
Okay.
gonna break. Yeah, it's not gonna break. It's more. It'll probably be more pliable. Um, and this is another example. This is the one I carry around in my pocket all the time of rim damage. The See if we can see it here. There's some rim damage right here,
Yeah, it's a big old dent.
and yeah, and that it's that way all the way around this coin. They're in about 3 or 4 different places, and I wouldn't use that to make a coin ring because those the way that it works is it pushes the coin down in here, and so if there's a spot where it's not contacting, then it's going to
It
make it warp
won't curl
sideways one way
correctly.
or another. Yeah. Yeah, and so what I'd end up having to do is take that and take the take a hammer and actually hammer it back flat, anneal it, get it soft, hammer it back flat. And that's just not something it always ends up causing more damage than it does good. Just like the hammered out guy, the first one that I made. It's in here somewhere. Yeah. That first one that I made, that thing was gnarly. It got beat up real bad. And thanks, Silver Stallion. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. I finally got to where I can see chat, so I see what's going on over there. I Thanks Yoksnov for coming and supporting us. I just sent a package out to him and Dark Skoy,
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
yeah, that was the 100 subscriber giveaway. And
Goodies on
doing
the
those
way. And congrats again for that hundreds of subs, man. You'll hit 500 before you know it.
yeah, I wasn't really I never intended to grow this to grow like this, but it's fun. I love going to the different events like this Wounded Warrior project. Would love to throw something out there for that. I've I would love to see people go there and support the Wounded Warrior project auction that's coming up. There's it's going to a great cause. These guys went out and put their lives on the line for us, and
That's right.
it's something that we can do as a community to help support them. I put a link up on my channel um, to a thing to help for shipping for the Wounded Warrior Project. You can donate items to. You find someone who's has a place in the auction. You can donate items to them that they can auction off for it. Um, you know, Don't want to get choked up
Yes,
thinking about it.
it's a great cause, and there's a lot of folks that are in for the supporting for it and taking up collections. Even some are taking up collections just to help with shipping because anything that is
Yep.
auctioned is offered with free shipping. And so that's pretty cool too. It's they do this every year, and I think they gathered like 40 some $1,000 last year for the Wounded Warrior Project. So hopefully
Wow.
this year will surpass last year, and we just wish them the best. And if you can't afford to support in the auction, just stop by, say hello, and show support with your views.
Yeah. And thank you, Tony McCausland, for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate all you guys with all the support that you guys give me out there, folks. Um, and I can't wait to go and check out what you guys got going on your channels too. That that's all part of the community.
That's right. I do appreciate you popping up here and telling us about what you do. I'm very interested myself, so I figured some other folks would be as well.
Well, you're welcome. I feel like I've been doing all the talking. I'm sorry if I hogged it up. I thought I would just
No,
be sitting here listening the whole time.
that's what it's about. We're focusing on the art that you're doing, and like I said,
Uh-huh.
I definitely want to get one. I just got, I got to send you some coins.
Yeah. Well, get them in
Yeah,
the
I've been telling
mail.
you about a month, and I haven't got anything in the mail yet.
Uh-huh.
But I've got the coins now. I've got them sitting in my safe. I just need to send them out to you. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm
And
looking
then
forward to get that done. I'm gonna send you 3 Morgans because I want to get a Morgan done.
right on. Yeah, anybody that wants to send or wants me to send them some stickers and stuff, I'll send out swag packs too. I'm really slow at it, so I got a list. I got about 12 more people that I got to go out. I try to get a few every now and again. Um,
There is Yankee stacking right there. There's a man that has a coin ring
hey,
that he never takes off.
right on. Welcome in, Yankee Stacking.
Yeah, I think it was. In fact, it was JT Coin Rings. Sent him
Uh-huh.
a coin ring a little while back, and as far as I know, he's never taken it off, and it's a beautiful piece.
Yeah. There you can get some really nice finishes out of these out of the coins. And uh the better the coin, the better the finish you can have coming out of it. Um I'm still working on perfecting my trade, so I'm not going to guarantee you that you're going to get a every single last piece of detail that's on the coin in there. You're not going to I can't guarantee that with my work. Like this
Yeah,
has the spiral, the cartwheel effect on there still somewhat. And, some guys are that good with the coin remaking process. Mm.
well, it's a beautiful art. It really is. And I've thought about getting into it, but I've already got so much stuff that I don't pay enough attention to. I don't need I don't need to add nothing else to it. I've got folks that are driving me nuts for pours, and I just don't have the time to get out there and do anything with them yet. So adding rings to it too, it's not feasible. So we'll leave that professional work to you guys.
Well, thanks. Thank you. Everybody's got their own niche.
100%. And this community's always been about supporting each other. And ever since I got into it, it has just felt like a home, and I'm happy to be a part of it. And if I can help bring some awareness to what some other folks are doing, I'm more than happy to do that.
Yeah. The That's something I like about collecting the pours. Um and even going on to different folks as they have different auctions and stuff for different events. And I feel like that when I pick up one of those pieces, it has a little bit of that, their bravado, or I don't know if that's the right there, there it brings a little bit of their channel to to my house.
Yeah, because it's got their own special touch. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Was there anything you let anybody know before we call it a night?
Um, I think that the one of the big things that's been on my mind lately is that Wounded Warrior Project. Getting the word out for that, and
Absolutely.
just I have to honestly say that if it wasn't for the grace of God, I I wouldn't have all of this. I wouldn't have these stacks of coins. I wouldn't have been where I am today. So I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the grace of God. That's the biggest thing I could say.
We all like to have that angel with us, and with God's help, we can accomplish anything. So just stick at what
Yeah.
you're doing. You're doing great. You've only been doing it 3 months, and you are already killing it. So I'm looking forward
Well,
to your
thank you.
progression.
Thank you. Right on.
Well, yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and call it a night. I do thank everybody for popping in tonight. 3D, I thank you so much for being here. It's been a pleasure.
Yep. You're welcome. Thanks. Thank you for having me.
Again, we got his email in the chat. I'll put it in there again. And if y'all want to get a hold of him about anything, just shoot him an email and he can work out whatever details that you have. And I'm not making anything off of this, guys. I'm just trying to bring some awareness to what he's doing. And hopefully y'all can get a beautiful ring for yourselves if you're looking for one. But that's what we're going to do for the night. And we'll call it. And we will see you all next time. Remember, y'all keep stacking and God bless.
Thanks for having me up here.